Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Gentle Yoga. My name is Mitzi, and I will be your instructor today for this class. If you are new to this class, today we are going to be doing all of the first half of class in a standing position, and then the second half of class we'll gradually transition it down to the floor. So if you're somebody that has trouble getting up and down off the floor, don't worry, we'll do the bulk of the first half of class up and then the bulk of the second half of the class down. I'm not using any kind of chair or other assistance, but if you need a block, a chair, a strap, whatever it may be, please feel free to grab those things out and have them handy for you as needed. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. We're going to come up to the top of our mat and take our feet hip distance apart. And we'll let our arms slide down with our shoulders relaxed away from our ears. We call this Tadasana, or standing mountain pose. So we're going to focus on standing up nice and tall, rooted from our feet all the way up, lengthening through the top of our head. So please go ahead and close your eyes for a moment, and we're going to focus on our breath. So we need to go ahead and begin to take some deeper breaths here, in and out through our nose. And before we get too far into class, I want to remind you that we're here to help make you healthier, to help make you feel better. So if you ever get into a posture that doesn't feel good in a painful sort of way, please feel free to back out of that posture or modify that posture as needed. Always do what feels good. Not everything is always necessarily for every person. So just listen to your body and do what you can today. As we stand tall in mountain pose, I want you to feel the arches of your feet lifting. Feel where your heels cup the ground or the mat underneath you. Lift your kneecaps. Draw your abs in and soften your pelvis, letting it tip slightly down. Feel your heart lift in your chest. And as your heart lifts, feel your spine elongate, feeling your shoulders and shoulder blades drop down. Lift that chin just a hair, slide it back, and reach up through the crown of your head. Let your hands hang softly down as if you're holding two lead weights in your hands. And then I want you to see if you can hear your breath. It should almost sound like the ocean. And with that Ujjayi breathing, I want you to imagine that you're fogging up a mirror with your breath. Our breath comes in and out through our nose, but imagine that breath creates fog on your mirror or on your window. So you can hear that soft exhalation coming out through your nose. Again, kind of like the sounds of the ocean. As we go throughout our postures this morning, I will remind you of your breath often. It's a very vital, important part of class. If you ever find that you're in a posture where you feel like you have to hold your breath, it probably means that you're stretching too far. Pull yourself back, and once again, find these nice, slow, deep breaths, reminding yourself of the sound of the ocean. Okay, and before we get going into our warm-up, one more thing. I want you to take an inventory or a little check on how you're feeling today. If there are any areas of your body that you feel you need to be careful with or protect, please remind yourself of those places. And then I also want you to take a moment to think about what feels good. We oftentimes get so focused on what doesn't feel good, so think about what feels good and maybe where you want to challenge yourself today. Set an intention for yourself. Go ahead, slowly open your eyes. And let's begin with some shoulder circles. Take those arms and just roll those shoulders back. Big circles back down and around, warming up our shoulders and our upper back here. Let's do this 4 more times. 1 more. Good, now let's do some sunflowers. Take a deep breath in, and then squat down, swing the arms by your legs, and then open up wide and reach to the sky. And let's do that again. Drop it down, bending the knees, kind of like a little squat pulse at the bottom. And then we reach up to the sky, folding slightly here. Excellent. 1 more time, please. And then let's go back to those shoulder circles. Take the arms down, circle them around 3 times this time. Once more. Big deep breath, inhale up. Sunflower, drop down. And reach to the sky. 3 times, please. Drop it down. And reach. Once more, please drop it down. Let's add on. Sit back in chair pose. Ski those arms down like ski poles. And then open up and make a V with your arms. Lift your heart. And again, sit back like you're taking off on a ski jump. And then open up and lift. Good. How about one more? Take it back. And open up and lift. And then drop those arms down and circle around. Let's put it together. 3 circles. One more. Big deep breath. Inhale. Sunflower, sit down. Reach up. 3 times, right? That's our magic number on this part of our class. Once more, please. Hold those arms up. Sit back in ski, chair pose, sit. Open up in that V, lifting, extending the heart. And again, sit back. And press up. One more time, sit back. Let's add on. Take those arms out to the side now and just rotate the torso, lifting the outside heel, wrapping the arms around you and around and around. Throw them out there. Press and wrap and wrap. 4 more times, please. 4, 3, 2. Come to center. Inhale up and exhale out. Shoulder circles all the way from the top. Let's do 3 of them. One more. Inhale the arms up, sunflower, drop it down, swing. Deep breath, inhale, look up. And again, sit back and press. Good, little squat pose, getting those knees and thighs warmed. Very nice, now chair pose, sit back. And open it up. And again, sit back. And open it up. One more time, sit back. Open it up. Now open the arms and rotate and swing and swing. Lift and press and press. One more time each way. Come center, deep breath in. Now chair pose, hold, arms out in front. Sit the tail down, knees behind the toes if possible. Good, nice and long here. If you can, lift your right heel. Abs engage, hold. If you can, lift the foot. Maybe that's not appropriate for you. Maybe you stay here. You choose. Press the foot down. Breathe in and exhale. Circle those shoulders. Let's do the other side. Think 3 times here. One more. Deep breath. Inhale. Sunflower, drop down. Are you getting warmer? Check in. You should start to feel the muscles and the joints getting a little looser, a little bit warmer here as we progress. Good. Sit back, ski arms, reach those arms back. Open up like a V. Lift and extend the spine. And again, sit back. Open, push into that gentle back bend. One more time, sit back. Open up, arms go to the side and rotate. Spinal rotations, lift the heel to unload that knee. One more each way. Come neutral, deep breath, inhale. Sit back in chair, hold this time. Chest up, abdominal wall lifted. Can you lift your left heel this time? Balancing on one leg. If you can, lift the whole foot. Set it down, deep breath, inhale. One more time on each side and we're done with our warm-up. 3 circles, please. Adding one last layer on. Deep breath, inhale. Sunflower, drop down and swing. Reach up. And again, come on, let those arms go. Reach, big pulse there. Press and press. Now chair pose, sit back, ski those arms. Open up like a V. And again, sit back. Open up like a V. One more time, please sit. Open, arms to the side, rotate the spine. Rotate 3 times each way. One more. Excellent, inhale up. Now chair pose, hold. However far down you can go for your knees, you pick. Lift the right heel if you can. If you're able, lift the whole foot. Then everyone rise up. Take the foot to the inside of your leg. This could be anchored to the floor, could be on the ankle, or a little bit higher above the knee. Just make sure it's above or below the knee, but not on the knee itself. That's our tree pose. Nice deep breath. Find a spot to focus on to balance. And release the arms down. Shake them out. Last time through, I promise. Shoulder circles back 3 times. Deep breath. Inhale up. Sunflower. Drop it down. Swing. Push and open. Lift to the sky. And again, drop. Remember, how far down you go is up to you. If your knees are saying no thank you, go a little more shallow. If not, get down deep. Sit back in chair. Squeeze those arms back. Open up in a V. Extend the spine. Push the hips forward. And again, sit back. And open. One more time. Sit back. And open. Arms side and rotate. Swing those arms out. Give me one more. Come to neutral. Inhale up. Chair. Hold. Sit. Hold. Left heel lifts up if you can. Option 2, whole foot lifts to balance. And then everyone stand up, open the knee to the side. Toes to the floor for option 1. Toes to the ankle, option 2. Toes higher, either to the calf or to the inner thigh, option 3. Take 3 deep breaths. And we release. Very nice, guys. That's our warm-up. Let's let those shoulders relax. Take a deep breath. Bring your feet together. Bring your hands to your heart, close to your heart center. Close your eyes. Take 3 deep breaths. Inhale through your nose. Find your center of gravity here, your center of balance. Find your breath. Then open your eyes slowly, and let's step our right foot behind us, please. I'm going to ask you to lift your heel and keep those toes down. I'm going to turn sideways just so you can see better, but you can stay facing right there. This is our lunge position. Tuck the hips slightly under, squeezing this back right glute to open that hip flexor. And then, of course, if you want to go lower to make this more challenging, please feel free to do so. Arms are going to sweep up. Exhale out to the side. Remember the sounds of the ocean. Again, deep breath, inhale, scoop those arms up. Squeeze that back glute, find that hip flexor stretch. One more time, please. Deep breath, inhale, scoop those arms up. Now, as you exhale, open that foot sideways and open those arms. Inch the foot further back if you're able. Look out over your front hand and press, warrior 2. Front knee should be over the ankle, hips tucked under you, chest lifted, shoulders relaxed down. Reach out. Now slide and straighten that left leg out. Now press again. See how deep you can go without that knee protruding past the toe. If your knee starts to go past your toes, you need your feet further apart, okay? Let's pull back again. And again, exhale and press. One more time, please. Pull it back. And exhale, press. Nice and gentle. Inhale, pull it back. Now keep the legs nice and straight and tip it into triangle pose. Reach your right arm up to the sky and open up through that right rib cage. Hips are still underneath you, please. Opened up. Let's take this right hand, tap your hip. Tap your rib cage. Tap your shoulder. And then reach straight up from there. Let's do that one more time. Tap the hip. Tap the rib. Tap the shoulder. And then see if you can open a little further and reach. Deep breath here, softening your eyes. Head can be looking up, but if that bothers your neck, feel free to look forward or down instead. Good, now push off that bottom arm, come up slowly, and just reverse that. Keeping the hips shifted back, but now lifting out of the left side of your rib cage. Looking up if you can. Relax the bottom shoulder as well as the top one. Inhale, come up. And then I want you to turn this back foot so that the heel is pointed more towards the back. Your foot's only turned out slightly. Hips facing straight ahead. Tip or hinge it forward. Legs are straight, please, as straight as possible. Hand rests on that front leg wherever feels comfortable for you, elongating your spine. Then just give your hips a little sway, like a windshield wiper, from right to left. And see if that eases you down a little bit further into that stretch. And then just hold it. Lengthening out through the crown of our heads and back through our tailbones. Nice slow deep breath here. Well done. Walk it back all the way up. And now I want you to soften that front knee and step the back leg forward. Feet hip distance apart. Inhale those arms up to the sky, looking up for a gentle back bend. And then forward fold over your legs, bringing your hands down. Crisscross your hands onto your biceps. Let your head hang down freely between your arms. And then if it feels good, maybe give yourself a little sway from side to side, letting the tension dissipate from your upper back, from your shoulders, and of course from your neck. Feels good, right? Just let it go and breathe. Nice job. Bend those knees now. Slide those hands up to your thighs. Good. Arch the back. Look forward. That's our cow pose. And then round the spine and come up nice and slow. Head relaxed. Great job. From the top of your mat, step your left foot back this time. Tuck that hip under, chest up tall. Again, I'm going to turn sideways. You can stay this way though if you like. So we bend the back knee a hair, squeezing our back left glute, and inch ourselves down a little bit deeper into that posture if possible. Arms, inhale, reach them up, extending, reaching through our fingertips. Exhale, closing the arms down to the side. Let's do that twice more. Deep breath. Inhale, extend those arms. And exhale and close. One more time. Deep breath. Inhale. Good. Now this time on the exhale, open the arms only halfway down. Then rotate that back leg. Make sure your front knee does not rotate with it. Keep the knee pointed straight out. Inching your feet further apart if you're able. Good. We'll press warrior two. Shoulders down. Hips underneath us. Slide it back. Straighten it out. Let's do it again. Press. How low can you go? Keeping this knee right over that ankle. Keeping the chest lifted tall. Press it back. Last time, please. Press forward. And we slide it back. Shift the hips, reach it down, come into triangle pose. Opening up through the left side of your rib cage here, reaching through our fingers. Good. Take the hand down to the hip. Find it. Now the rib cage. As you do this, think about pulling it back. Tap the shoulder and reach straight above you. Nice deep breath. Let's do it one more time. Hand comes to the hip. Find your hip. Pull right up to the rib cage. Find the shoulder. Roll it back a little further and reach straight up. Holding here. Continuing to breathe. Nice job. Soften that front knee. Lift up. Keep the legs straight now and tip backwards. Please reverse triangle. Legs are still straight. Hips shifted. Lengthening through the right side body. placing the hand down. Pick the back foot up and spin it forward, so now the toes are only turned out a hair. Hips, though, are facing straight ahead. Shift and tip or hinge forward from the hips. Nice flat back, hands wherever feel comfortable on your leg, or of course, if you wish, on the floor. Shimmy your hips a little from right to left, little windshield wiper, and see if that pulls you a little bit deeper into that posture, and then hold it there. Take 3 to 5 breaths here, please. Feel the length in your spine. Feel the length in your hamstring. Soften that front knee, hands to the thigh, walk it all the way up. Step that back leg forward, take a deep breath, reach the arms up. Give me a gentle back bend here, opening up, looking up, and then exhale, and we fold. Dropping the chin into the chest if you can, crisscross the arms onto your biceps, and let that tension dissipate out of your neck. Let your head, shoulders relax, let your upper back release. Feel that in your lower back stretching as well as your hamstrings. Great job, my friends. Soften your knees now. Tip that head gently up, slowly arching into cow, extending that spine. And then exhale and roll all the way up into cat, one vertebrae at a time. And then roll those shoulders back. Good, we're gonna face sideways now. So if you wanna face your viewing device, we're gonna turn our toes towards the corners of our mat, turning them out slightly. Arms come out to the side. We're gonna go into goddess pose. So I just want you to bend your knees and straighten them up. Knees should be behind your toes, so check your stance out. Make sure it's wide enough that you can accomplish that. The arms are gonna swoop down and then reach up. And again, we're gonna swoop it down and reach it up. One more time, swoop it down. Good job, guys. Now turn your toes forward, link your hands and give me a circle, sun circle around to the left. Soften those knees if you need to. Reach up and go the other way. Nice big circle around. Lift and lengthen. Turn those toes back out. Let's do it again. Drop down and reach. Nice and slow here. 5 times. Sit down as deep as you can, squeezing your quads, your glutes and your inner thighs as you rise. Drop it down. Breathe in. 2 more times. Lengthen down. Breathe in. Last time, please take it down. Turn the toes forward. Lace the hands. Go to the right this time. Soften those knees. Roll it around. Big sun circle. And then go the other direction, please. Inhale, open those arms up, and then let's forward fold over our legs. Drop the chin into the chest. If you can, reach your hands up to your lower back, clasp those fingers, and extend those arms into chest expansion. Now, if this bothers you being upside down this long, go ahead and stand up and do the same chest expansion arms, but just from a standing upright position. We're going to hold here for about 10 more seconds, really trying to relax those shoulders to allow those muscles to stretch and open. Beautiful. Release those hands down to your lower back. Bring the hands to your thighs and lengthen your spine so now your head is in line with your spine and not below your heart. And then let's walk our hands to the right thigh and push the hip back, finding the inner thigh stretch in that left side. Some of you might find that you need a deeper position. If so, feel free to bring your hands down to the floor instead. Beautiful. Come to middle and over to the left side. Push those hips back again. If you need a deeper position, feel free to drop a hand to the floor. Find the middle position with your knees bent. Walk your hands up so they're on your thighs, thumbs on the inside. With a straight arm on that right side, drop that shoulder towards your left thigh and see if you can tip your head over your left shoulder. Feeling that stretch all the way down the side of your back, maybe even into the shoulder hair as well. You might even find your inner thigh a little there on that right side. Let's bring it up, square it off, and switch. Drop that left shoulder with a straight arm, rotating your spine to the right, looking up and back. Come to the middle. Turn your toes out. Bring your elbows to your inner thighs. Push your knees to the side and try to drop your tail. And then see if you can lift your chest and your head. Sinking low into that sumo squat. That's our inner thigh stretch again. Really taking some time for that groin muscle this morning. Then lengthen those legs, turn those toes forward, soften the knees, walk the hands up to your thighs, and roll nice and slow all the way up. Push those hips forward, open those shoulders, roll them back, and please step your feet together. We're going to do our balancing exercise next. If you need a chair or the wall, please feel free to go there now. We're going to do each side with nothing in the middle, so you can stay at the wall if you're there. We're going to go into standing figure 4. The option for this is star. So if you have trouble with balance and you're not near a wall or a chair, you're going to start out right here with your right leg lifted out to the side close to the floor. Feel free to touch it down if you need it. Then for those of you that would like to join me for figure 4, we're going to cross that right ankle over onto our left leg, reach our hands forward, and then try to sit back like a one-legged chair, lifting up through our chest, pushing back through our tail, feeling this stretch as well through your outer right glute and hip, along, of course, with that intense balance challenge. Again, feel free to be near the wall or just go to that option 1 if this is too much for you today. For those of you that would like to make it more difficult, dig deeper, bringing your hands to your heart and sinking back lower. Then we'll all come up together and shake those legs out. Good job. Feel free to shimmy a little bit. Relax your shoulders. Take a breath. And let's try the other side. Again, reset. Weight on that right foot. Option 1, just right here. Star pose, lifting that left foot up off the ground. Feel free to go near a wall if you wish. Or if you can, cross that leg over onto the thigh, bending that right knee, pushing your arms forward to help counterbalance. Feel free to reach down and adjust that foot if at any time it slides a little low on you. And for those of you that want the more intense challenge, hands in prayer position at your heart, sinking down deeper if you can. This posture requires balance and strength and flexibility, so it's got a little bit of everything in it, doesn't it? Which makes it very challenging. And then when you're ready, rise up out of that and take a breath. That was great, guys. Go ahead and just wiggle your hips or rotate them around, and then rotate the other direction, please. Beautiful. So I promised you half of the class, and it is like on the nose, half of the class. So we're going to take it down to the floor here. To get there, we're going to do a forward fold with the quadratus laborum stretch for your back. So you're going to take a deep breath in and then forward fold over your legs. Put your hands wherever they feel comfortable, either on your legs or on the floor, wherever it feels good for you. Let your head relax. Then here's where we hit that side of the back. We take our left hand and bring it over on top of our right hand. Wherever our right hand was resting, draw it over to the side. Pushing that left hip out, that gives us a gentle stretch to the outside of that back. And if you don't feel it, try walking your right hand and left hand further back towards your heel. Come to middle. Put your left hand on the outside of that left leg or floor, and then walk your right hand over on top of that. Come to the middle, soften your knees, now lift the head, step your feet back, drop those knees, and let's find our first child's pose. Oh, that feels so good, doesn't it? Sit those hips back towards those heels with your arms extended. Drop the forehead down, and please just take a few deep breaths here. Getting comfortable in there, stretching through the tops of your knees, stretching through our back and our glutes. Relaxing through our shoulders. Let your elbows come down to the floor. Great job, guys. Let's come back up to all fours now. Let's walk our knees so they are in under our hips and our hands are in under our shoulders. Gonna do a little ab exercise here. So we're in what's called a quadruped position. What I want you to do is tuck your toes under, draw your abs in, and see if you can lift your knees just an inch or two, not very much. You should feel your abs instantly brace and engage as you try to keep your back flat, like the top of a table. Breathe. Set those knees down. Now, if that was really tough for you, you're going to stay with that. If you can go a step further with me, we're going to rotate those legs. So everybody brace the abs, shoulders down, lift those knees. Just a hair. They're not lifting very far. That's the key. If you lift them too far, it makes it a little easier. All right, so now if you can, swing your legs to the 10 o'clock position. Then center, and then 1 o'clock without moving your shoulders. Come back in, 10 o'clock. Feel your abs brace, tough here. Center, 1 o'clock, center, and everyone set it down. Unlock your toes, round up into cat. Draw your belly button up and in, extending your spine, taking your chin into your chest. Good, flatten it out. Let's get off of our wrists, come up to a kneeling position. Place your hands on your glutes just above the gluteal area but below the lower back. Draw your elbows back, push your chest forward, and imagine you're squeezing a beach ball between your elbows behind you. Feeling that expansion through the front half of your torso. And then come to neutral. Let's take and shift our weight to the right and take this left leg and walk it all the way to the front of your mat. And then press your hips forward and see if you can feel your right hip flexor opening. Hands on the thigh for support for now. Please make sure this front knee is over your ankle. So if you're standing and you're like this with your knee protruding past, you need to take a bigger step forward or slide this back knee back a little further. Good, breathe in and breathe out. Great stretch for our iliopsoas, our hip flexor group of muscles right there in the front of that right hip. We're going to now, if you can, take your hands to the floor on the inside of your left leg. Then all I want you to do is open this left knee to the side, just a hair, however far your body will allow, and you should see the instep of your foot. And then draw the knee back in, pressing the big toe down, touching the knee to the shoulder. Let's try that again. Just let that knee open up however far your hip allows for. And then pull it in. We're going to do it one more time. Open that knee out to the side. And draw it. Now inch your hips back, straightening out your front leg. Walk your hands one on either side of your leg. Press down into your heel as if you're trying to make an imprint of your heel in the sand. Lengthen your spine and see if you can pull your toes towards you. And if this is too deep for you, try putting just one hand down and bringing the other hand to your thigh. Or if you've got a block, you can put your hand on that instead. Good, really pull those toes back, guys, and you should feel your calf stretching as well. Good, now everybody bring your hands to the right side so you can swing that leg back around, and let's sit back in child's pose once again, dropping your chest down. Let your elbows fold and take a couple of deep breaths here. Does that feel better this time than the first time? Check in. Come up to all fours. Let's find our TikTok position again. Flat back. Imagine you could put a glass china plate on your back and you would not drop it and break that crystal. Tuck your toes under. You ready? Lift your knees. Stay there if you need to. If you can, swivel them to the right, just like to 1 o'clock. Center, and then over to 10 or 11. Center to 1. Center to 11. Center hold. And set it down. Round up into cat, unlock those back toes, round your spine. Walk it up to the knees to get off the wrists. Take your fists or your hands onto the upper part of your glutes. Draw your elbows back. Push your chest out. Pull your elbows back like you're squeezing that beach ball behind you. Can you squeeze it? Find it. Don't let it drop. And then come to neutral. Shake those shoulders out. All right, unload onto your left knee. Walk your right foot forward. Good, and then inch yourself forward, opening up this back hip flexor. Hands just resting on your thigh for now. Chest up nice and tall, spine long, looking straight ahead. Breathe in. Remember the sounds of the ocean. Deep breath in and out through your nose, please. Just remember how good you're going to feel at the end. I have had several students, multiple, more than I can count, have had chronic pain, and when they go through an hour of yoga, they feel better for at least 2 days after. And these are people that are in pain all the time. So yoga is like magic for our bodies. It's so good for us. So just do the best you can and work through pain-free motion as much as possible. We're going to go ahead and slide those hands now down to the inside of our right leg. And then see if you can open that knee. Again, you're just opening the knee a little bit to the right, however far your hip allows. Looking down, see the inside of your foot. Then bring the knee back to the shoulder. And let's try it again. So we're just kind of massaging that hip joint. Open that knee. And come back to center. One more time. Open that knee. And come back to center. Beautiful. Walk one hand on either side of the leg and then just ease yourself back, lifting your tail. Dig your heel in, push down into the heel like you're pressing an imprint into the ground. And then see if you can pull your toes back. So you should feel that, the back of that knee all the way down the calf. Of course, it's also stretching your hamstring too, so everything on the back of that leg you should feel. Take a nice deep breath and let it go. Then bring both hands to the inside of that leg and then just allow that leg to swing around. Let's walk it forward now and stretch out our back and hip flexors a little more by coming down to the ground, please. Shake those legs out so they feel relaxed, relaxing the glutes as well. Slide your hands back, elbows tuck in at your sides, shoulders down, lengthen the crown of the head. And then on an inhale, lift the chest up a couple inches. Lengthening, looking slightly forward in front of your mat, and lower down. This is our modified cobra position. Inhale, if you can go a little further, please do so. But remember, we're trying to lengthen up and out, not compress down into the back. Lower down, nice gentle spine extension here. These are so good for our back. We spend so much of our daily life in flexion where we're rounded forward, which causes back problems. Release it down. So this helps to counter what our daily life encompasses. Inhale, gives us a little extension. Get those muscles in your back nice and strong. And lower down. One last time, please. Deep breath. Inhale, lengthen. And lower. Let's stretch that out in child's pose. If you can, draw your abs in. Give yourself a push-up onto those knees. Use your arms. Press all the way back to child's pose one last time. Dropping your head down, relaxing your shoulders and your arms. And then we're going to complete our seated posture. So go ahead and have a seat, please. Swing your legs around, getting off of our knees and our wrists. We'll take our feet hip distance apart and we'll place our hands just behind us wherever is comfortable for us. And we're just going to rotate the legs, the pelvis to the right, and then rotate them over to the left. Let's do that again. Rotate to the right and over to the left. Now hold them over to your right and take your left hand, lift it and bring it to where your right hand rests. And that gives us a spinal twist. Feel that in your back. Feel that in your rib cage. Lift the ribs. You can stay here on your hands, or if you'd like to deepen this, draw it down to your elbows, still lengthening out through the crown of your head. Please take your left hand now and reach it to the sky. That unloads us out of that stretch. Breathe in, and then we're going to reach this left hand to our left ankle. Grab the ankle, take your back right arm now and reach it up to the sky. Mermaid pose. If you can, look up at it. So you're sitting on that right glute primarily as you press up through that right hand. Release that right hand down, and now take this left leg and shoot it out to the side, drawing your right foot to the inside of that leg. Breathe in, extending the arms up, and then exhale and fold out over that leg, grabbing whatever you can reach, stretching not just your hamstring, but this also stretches out our back. So really lengthen that right arm out as far as you can. Give you a good stretch back there. Well done, my friends. Go ahead, walk it up, and then let's take those knees together and those feet together and go into boat's pose. So we'll lift and extend our spine, lifting to the crown of our head. We'll reach our hands forward with our palms up if possible, and then tip yourself back with a nice straight back. So from side view, your back stays straight. So we want to avoid a C curve. We want to look more like the shape of a V, V as in violin. And then those of you that need more of a challenge, you are welcome to lift your feet. If you need even more of a challenge, you can extend your legs and even extend the arms. Just make sure if you choose to do any of those options, you don't sacrifice your form. Keep your back nice and straight, nice and long. Pulling up and in through our abs, we breathe. And then set those feet down. I want you to grab the underside of your legs right here on your hamstrings. And then straighten out the arms. And now let your back round like a C. Let your chin fold in and let those shoulder blades peel apart. Then inhale, come to a straight spine. Place your hands behind you. Separate your feet and let's repeat. Lower the legs to the left side. Look to the left. Swing them over to the right. Let's do it again. Rotate. And rotate. Now lower them to the left and hold. Good. Keep the legs there. Lift your right arm. Pull it back to where your left hand rests. Rotating the spine. Lifting up through the rib cage here. Stretching through our back. Such a good stretch, isn't it? And if you prefer, you can come down to your elbows, whichever feels better for you at this moment. Good, now unlock that by reaching your right arm to the sky, opening up that torso, looking up if you can. Take a deep breath and then push up and reach for that right ankle. So you're sitting kind of off balance here in a bias, right down on that left hip, and then reach that left arm over your head for Mermaid Pose. Looking up if it feels good. If that doesn't feel good, look down instead. And slowly release that. Let's take and shoot that right leg out to the side now. Left leg comes in to join the side of that leg. Deep breath, inhale those arms up, and then we exhale and fold forward. Lengthening out, reaching that left arm out as far as we can, feeling the stretch through the side of our back. And slowly we roll it up. We will not repeat boat's pose. We're going to actually come down to the floor now. So I'm going to turn sideways just so you can see better. But either way, you're going to bend those knees, curve your spine like a C, and allow yourself to come all the way down to the floor. And take a breath. Good job, guys. The best part of class is right here, right? These final floor stretches in Savasana. So we're going to start with our bridge. Please slide your feet in so they are underneath your knees. Take your palms, face them flat to the floor next to the sides of your hips. And then on your very next inhale, go ahead and start to elevate those hips, pulling up through the glutes and the hamstrings, lifting up through the chest, looking straight to the sky. Squeeze your glutes and your hamstrings and do your best to keep your feet flat. Keep those toes down and keep your knees in, pointed straight ahead. Good. Breathe here, activating the hamstrings and the glutes here, which allows the hips to open. Nice deep breath and let it go. Then slowly articulate the spine. Think of your spine like a strand of pearls and come down one little pearl at a time. One little pearl at a time. Oh, very nice. And once your hips are on the ground all the way, draw your knees into your chest. Wrap your arms under those legs and give yourself a big hug. Take a breath and let it go. We're going to shoot that left leg out to the side and do something similar to cradling the baby. We're going to reach down with our left hand, and if you can, grab the outside of that right foot and kind of pull it inward. And then draw that knee in, and you can grab from underneath the knee or over the top of that shin if you need to. If that hurts your knee, grab from underneath instead. So we're just kind of pulling the knee in at a diagonal, as if you're trying to pull in a baby, cradling a baby. Nice deep breath here. You should feel this in your glute of that right leg. Good, then square the knee off and then extend the leg. And you might want to bend your left knee to do so if that feels too tight for you with the extended position. And while we're holding this leg, wherever you can hold, by the way, wherever you can reach, try to keep the leg as straight as you can. And then circle your toes around, working on your ankle. And then reverse directions. And flex the ankle back. And then go ahead and bend that knee. And then take this left knee and join it. So they're side by side. Arms go out to the side. See if you can drop your legs to the left side. And if that feels too deep for you, slide them further away from you. And then tip your head and see if you can look to the right. Pressing that right shoulder blade down into the ground here. And then stretch through our back, of course. Relax your fingers. And then walk your right leg down to the floor, left leg joins it, palms go down, feet hip distance apart. Let's bridge up again, pressing the hips to the sky, rolling those shoulders back, squeezing the glutes and the hamstrings. Nice deep breath. Lower the hips, one vertebrae at a time. And slide those knees to the chest. Give yourself a hug. Shoot the right leg out. Reach down, turn that left foot in. And by the way, if you can't reach your foot, just go ahead and hug the knee in, grabbing from the shin or wherever you can reach. Good, then square it off and extend the leg up into that hamstring stretch. Again, bend your right knee if you need to. Straightening that leg out, circle the toes around. And switch. And pull back and hold. And then bend that knee in. Lift the right leg up to join it. Both arms out to the side. And then see if you can drop your legs over to the right side. This time tipping your head looking to the left. For a spinal twist. Both shoulder blades down, relax your fingers. Feel free to close your eyes if that helps you to concentrate. And just breathe and relax into that posture. Open your eyes. If they're closed, look up to the sky. One leg at a time comes up. That's better for your back that way. Drop both feet down to the floor. Hands come down. And now this time, open those knees to the side for butterfly, lying butterfly. And if you can, press gently on those legs to deepen it if you need it. Feeling that inner thigh stretch. Take a deep breath here. This is a great posture, by the way, for anybody that suffers from arthritis in their hips. Draw those knees back together. Shake the toes out, shake your fingers out. Relax your lower back. If you feel crooked, readjust yourself. And then when or if you're ready, extend your legs all the way out the length of your mat. And then shimmy those legs, shake those toes out. Take a deep breath and reach your arms to the sky. And then I want you to tip your arms and legs slightly to the right, like you're making a C curve, reaching out of your left side. Come back to center and then shift your arms to the left. Squeeze and reach, extend. Go backwards, see? And then find your middle point. Relax your elbows and slide your arms all the way down, palms facing the sky, letting your shoulders just completely fall open. Close your eyes. Let your hips completely melt open as well. Allow your fingers to curl softly in and allow your toes to be completely relaxed. Let your eyelashes just barely touch your face as your eyes and eye sockets soften. Allow your ears, yes, your ears to relax as your jaw softens and your lips separate. See if you can hear your breath. Remember that analogy? Sounds of the ocean. Like you're fogging up a mirror with your exhale. Keeping your mind clear and quiet, focusing on the sound of that breath and how it makes you feel. Letting every muscle, every bone, every joint, every fiber, and yes, every cell of your body relax and release, like you're melting into the ground underneath you. And if you would, imagine yourself lying outside in your most favorite place in this entire world. So I want you to picture a place. It might be your backyard. It might be the beach. It might be the mountains. It might be a field or a meadow full of flowers. Where's your favorite place? Where would you like to be right this second? And picture the temperature, the perfect temperature for you. Not too cold, not too warm. And the sun is shining above you. Picture yourself lying in that place, feeling the warmth around you, feeling the sun shine down upon you. As you inhale, what do you smell? Do you smell the ocean? Do you smell flowers? Do you smell fresh mountain air or pine maybe? Breathe in that scent, breathe in the sounds, and think about how it makes you feel. We can transport ourselves anywhere we want to go if we think about it. And with every breath and every exhale, notice how much more relaxed you have become. And when you're ready, back yourself up out of that place and wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers. Very slowly walk the knees in one at a time. Take a breath. Easing out of Savasana slowly, roll over to your right shoulder. Onto the side, let your head rest on your arm if that feels good. And then when you're ready, open your eyes. That way you're not opening your eyes up to a bright light above you, right? And then when you're ready, gently push yourself up, ease up slowly. That way you don't get dizzy, get a head rush. And cross your legs in front for Sukhasana, seated easy pose. Sitting up nice and tall, lift your chest, drop the shoulders. Maybe give your head a little shake right to left if that feels good for you today. And then bring it to center, looking right and left, nice and slow. And center. Roll the shoulders back, lift your heart, feel your spine elongate. Breathe in energy, reach up to the sky. And exhale. My friends, you have just completed an hour of yoga. Well done. Yes, inhale all the way up. Hands come together. Very slowly exhale and draw it to your heart. I thank you for joining me this morning and every day that you can. Namaste. Beautiful, guys. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you on Friday.